Silver is surging. It's up more than 150% this year, but if you think this is just inflation or America's massive money printing, you're missing the real story. This move isn't being driven by fear, it's being driven by demand, and whether silver keeps going up depends on one structural factor most people aren't watching. By the end of this video, you'll know if this rally is actually sustainable or just another silver fake out. So let's start with what's actually pushing silver higher, and it comes down to three key forces. First, industrial demand. Silver isn't just a shiny rock like gold, it's a critical industrial input. It's used in solar panels, EVs, electronics, and grid infrastructure. As global electrification accelerates, silver demand will rise mechanically. But while this could be attributed to some of the rise in silver prices, it isn't the reason silver is going parabolic right now. And second, how long it takes to increase supply. Now, if there's so much demand for silver, you might just think of raising supply, but it's not that easy. Silver mines take years to permit, finance, and build. And much of the world's silver is produced as a byproduct of other mining. That means there can't be a sudden spike in silver production to address soaring prices. And third, and most importantly, China and supply control. China recently announced tighter export rules for silver effective January 1st. This will make it harder for Chinese companies to export silver, which means there's going to be less exportable silver for the rest of the world starting in 2026. As a result, silver prices in Shanghai's physical silver markets are $5 higher than in Western markets. That's because industrial users inside China are willing to pay significantly more for physical silver now to fund their rapidly growing solar and EV industries, because they think it will become much harder to acquire silver in 2026. This creates a bidding war for silver across the globe, which has added even more fuel to soaring silver prices. But is this move sustainable? The key question is whether this silver rally can actually continue, or if the market is simply pulling future demand forward. Let's analyze the sustainability of the three factors that are contributing to silver's rise. First, industrial demand. This part is sustainable. Electrification, solar, and EV adoption aren't short-term trends, so they put a solid floor under silver prices. But industrial demand grows steadily and doesn't drive parabolic moves on its own. And next, supply. Silver supply remains structurally tight. New mines still take years to permit and build, and production can't suddenly accelerate because prices are rising. That rigidity is sustainable and keeps the market tight. And lastly, China and its export rules. This is where things start to get unsustainable. This front running is finite. Once inventories are built and expectations are fully priced in, this momentum fades. We're seeing China-driven momentum pushing silver higher and higher, but it can't do so forever. And when that front running slows, the market will have to find a new source of demand to keep prices high. So what happens next? Here's my take. I think the China-driven part of this rally is closer to an end than a beginning. A lot of the recent move has been fueled by front-running future export restrictions, and that kind of momentum doesn't last forever. As we move into early January, I expect that narrative to cool off, inventories to stabilize, and some of that speculative pressure to come off the table. In the short term, that likely means lower silver prices or at least a sharp pullback, especially considering how stretched and overbought silver already looks. Silver prices experienced their best year since 1979, and moves like that almost never resolve in a straight line. That doesn't mean the long-term story is broken. Even if the China premium fades and this rally unwinds partially, the first two forces we talked about won't disappear forever. Industrial demand will continue to grow as electrification accelerates, and silver supply will still remain slow, rigid, and difficult to scale. Those fundamentals won't drive explosive rallies, but they will support higher prices over time. So, while I wouldn't be surprised to see volatility or a correction in the near term, I still see silver as a compelling long-term investment. If you found this breakdown useful, let me know what you think happens next. And if you want more deep dive videos like this that focus on why markets move, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.